Hello, VOD watchers. Today is a bit of a weird one. I'm actually going to be recording a video for the Redone collection of mods. I wanted to make a video kind of talking about it and what people can expect and like the changes and everything like that. Now, the thing about that is that obviously this is meant to be a video. In other words, you'll notice that I'll probably be doing the YouTuber voice from time to time and kind of like talking about that and everything. I just thought this would be a fun thing to do so people can obviously see how great I am at doing somewhat scripted content, even though technically it's not scripted. I mean, I do have like ideas of what I want to say in my head, but that does not mean I'm actually like writing it down or anything. So this is kind of just a me thinking type thing. But yeah, so we'll do that. Now I am gonna start this more than likely. I'm trying to think of the way that I want to do this, because I will be recording with Audacity in the background too, just in case I need to like redo video footage and everything like that. Because the start to the video, yo Ten City, yo Crimson, how's it going? The start of the video, like I already know the line. I'm basically gonna be like, have you ever come back to, have you ever come back to the Brain Scorcher after disabling it and wondered, why is there monolith there? You know, stuff like that. Because like obviously Redone, the way that it works is it changes things in different locations. So for example, you go and you do the Brain Scorcher, and when you come back in normal Gamma, it's just more monolith. But in Redone, when you come back, it's your faction, you know, stuff like that. And obviously I want to show that off. Now the issue is, in order to show this off, I'm going to have to be getting a lot of footage. And in order to get that footage, we're gonna have to like speed run the Miracle Machine and the Brain Scorcher real quick so I can actually like demo that. This is gonna be a bit of a weird stream. And yo, what's up, Crass? Yo, Caffeinated Owl. Yo, Hikate, how's it going? But yeah, this is gonna be a really weird stream. I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to do this right now. Like I know the line that I want to do for the intro and everything. Preparing for the cringe bloopers. I don't think anything's going to be cringe. It's just going to be me not being able to speak English properly. Like I've talked about this before, but for me, if it's even somewhat scripted, you know, like, oh, I have an idea of what to say in my head, you know, that kind of thing, it immediately fucks me up, right? So instead of so like right now I'm able to talk perfectly fine, responding to chat and like just doing this, right? For whatever reason, when it comes to like when it comes to like sentences I have in my head, it just doesn't work out. You get what I mean? It's a bit weird. Also, here, what ammo does this use again? Oh yeah. But yeah, basically I'm gonna be recording a video going over Redone and everything like that, and so we're just gonna be doing whatever. Where is ammo? There it is. Even if you write it, oh, if I write it out, it's 10 times worse. I'm telling you, like, it is a million times better for me to just like think of it on the spot. Oh my god, why does it do that? There you go. But yeah, like writing it out is actually one of the worst possible things I can do. I don't know why it is that's true, but it is. This is a good weather time actually. But yeah, how's it going? When did the stream start, gang? Yeah, we're right in the beginning. But yeah, I'm trying to wonder how I want to do this. Is there monolith on this side? I know there's monolith here, but I don't know if they're on this side or not. Here, let me see. That monolith right there? No, wait. I swear there's monolith here. Is there not? Oh, there is. I might end up having to spawn some in real quick because it seems a bit like, yeah, I'm getting shot by one, but like there's actually like, it doesn't appear like there's that many here. No piss filter. Well, yeah, well, the beginning of this is going to be talking about after the Brain Scorcher, right? And so there would be no piss filter, obviously. So let me just spawn in like a couple of monolith. Okay, that's that's a bit many. Okay, I think I spawned in too many. That's probably not. Here, I'll put this gun away. That is not how many I was supposed to spawn in, but that works. Just speed up time. time and let them go to their places. Are they all... Yep. Okay. Here, I'll probably start it from right here. What, dude? Why? I hate the like irradiated like kind of the like dots that are on the screen, right? The radiation dots. Like, why is that all over the place here? Like, that is so weird. Like, I just dislike it a lot. I mean, technically, I don't have a helmet on right now, but I don't think that matters. I do not believe that matters in any way. But just in case it does, I'm just gonna throw on like this. Or technically, this has that's got 61. This has what? 55. Yeah, just put on whatever has like the most radiation. Oh, they're like walking out of here. Yeah, let me start the recording and then let me start Audacity, because as I said, I do want to have an Audacity going. Oh wait, hold on, I forgot. I got to be quiet for Audacity so it gets background noises. Hold on. All right, there we go, because I have to do a noise filter on it. But the whole point of me doing the Audacity is just in case I have to come back and re-record some of this stuff, because I might not do it right on the first time. Arrival, get rid of it. Get rid of what? The like radiation thing? I have no idea. No. Here, I'm trying to think of a way to do this. Yeah, I think the first part here, I think like, I'm just gonna need to record the first part in Audacity and just have footage over it. Like, give me a second. After you finish the Brain Scorcher, have you ever gone back to it and wondered, huh, why are Monolith here? I mean, I just disabled it, therefore they should just be gone, right? Nope, not doing that. I'm gonna redo it. Have you ever gone back to the Brain Scorcher after turning it off? If you have, you've probably noticed that there's a ton of Monolith, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because you just turned it off and they're obviously not going to turn it right back on. Then let me... Yeah, because I need certain things on Audacity and certain things that I can just do. There we go. That was just me like recording just like me shooting. I forgot. Unable to travel nearby. There's enemies. Give me a second. The second line was gonna be about killing everyone in oh my god, no guides are willing to pick you up. Why is this a thing? I always forget about this. Why does the guide system require you to, like, you know, it's stupid. But yeah, the light and saturation here, I'll show you in a second. I'm pretty sure I have everything on 1 except for saturations at 1.6. What is this best game of mod? Oh, it's Redone Collection. We're doing Redone Collection. That's basically what it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, but for like me recording purposes, it's annoying. But yeah, I mean, I understand. There's gonna be such a mismatch of fucking recordings, because some of this I want to record, as I said, like in Audacity, and the other half, like here. Let me continue the Audacity actually while we're loading. That'd be a good idea. I can continue what I was gonna do, but in Audacity. Or if you've ever done a freedom run and decided to kill everyone in Rostock, how come after killing General, what's his name? Veronin. Yeah, his name's fucking Veronin, dude. Who's the other guy? It's Veronin and, it's Veronin and what's his name? Wait, what? Huh? What does a redone mod actually do? I'll be going over that relatively soon. Maybe I'll just say kill everyone in the duty base instead of what I was gonna say. Or if you've ever played as Freedom and decided to kill, yeah. Or if you've ever played Freedom and decided to raid the duty base, how come after killing everyone there, including the general, they just decide to respawn? For me and Gamma and Anomaly, there's always been this huge disconnect between how alive the girl... What was I saying right there? Gee, what? What? I was gonna say how alive the game... Oh my god, I don't even know. What? Bro, what is this English? Holy fuck, dude. This is why I don't try to plan things out in my head. I just say shit, dude. This is why I just say shit. This is, by the way, this is what I mean. If you are a YouTube member, you can literally go back and watch certain videos that I've uploaded where it's just like raw footage of me trying to speak, and it's like the worst shit you could listen to. It is terrible, dude. I think one of the biggest disconnects that Gamma has... Nope. Actually, that could work. One of the biggest disconnects with Gamma is how the world feels so alive thanks to A-Life, but all the locations kind of feel static, right? Like, as I mentioned, you kill all the Monolith and the Brain Scorcher, they respawn. You kill all the Duty in Rostock, they respawn. Everyone respawns. There's no such thing as completely wiping out a base, but that's where Redone comes in. Redone is one of my favorite mods, and let's get into why. That worked out way better. That worked out way better. And now let me swap to Freedom and shoot and kill them for that section. By the way, I'm just going to be very quiet whenever I do the killing. Because I don't want... Because, like, the issue, right, when you stream, right, you can only stream to one... You can only have, like, one audio channel, which is, like, really stupid, right? So, for example, normally what most people do is if they're doing a recording, they have their mic recorded separately from their in-game audio, right? But when you stream to, like, YouTube, Twitch, you can't do that, right? You can't have it separated, which is, like, really stupid. And so that's why, like, I can't just... That's why I have to be quiet when recording the actual, like, you know, recording the shooting stuff, you know? Oops, that was a loner. I didn't notice. I didn't notice that was a loader. I just, like, shot him. Poor dude. Oh, is there a guy alive right here? Oh, there is. Oh, that's Kitsenko. That's the guy that I always, get the thing from. The bear detector. All right, now I've got to restart the game and swap to the redone, because basically this right here is just normal Gamma, but obviously the point is I'm gonna swap over to redone. So let me do that now, because I had to do that in normal Gamma, and now I need to open redone, my redone profile. And then let me... There we go. Yeah, the game's I'm booting back up the game. Give it a moment. But yeah, this is just going to be totally great me speaking time, you know. and then me not. Actually, the rest of this should be relatively me actually doing something and you seeing it, right? If you get what I mean. Instead of like what I just did where I'm recording something on Audacity and then I'm being really quiet. The rest of this should just straight up be like me should straight up be just me doing whatchamacallit, like live. So the redone collection of mods, there's a ton of redone mods, right? But the ones that I'm going to be talking about during this is specifically redone collection volume 1 and 2, which has to do with the maps and everything like that. Now there is like the redone AI and everything like that, but I will not be talking about that during this one because that's not really the focus. There, I said, why not put a goal, save my pitiful soul from fucking reading this shit, dude. Yeah, there shouldn't be. I should be able to do most of everything else live now, because I just needed to do that for the first section because I probably need to do voiceover. You know, you get what I mean? Yeah, most of the map changes. What next mod to cover? I have no idea. It's mainly going to be redone, and then when redone gets an update, I'll probably go over it. But that's it basically. Here, let me. You reach a goal for the PC bundle? Yes, I just need to go there at some point. Don't know when. I just need to find a good day. I'll talk about it later, actually. I planned on sharing my screen and like asking about stuff and going over some stuff. But here, let me. Yeah, Brain Scorcher. Well, I mean, like, Brain Scorcher's never been like incredibly difficult. I don't think Redone does too bad of a job with it.
Привет, брат.
All right, now at the in. Nope. All right, now at the. No, what the fuck am I saying? Alright, now at the end of this video, I will have an install tutorial on how to install Redone and the optional mods that I'm going to mention in this video. But first, let's get into what Redone is and what all it exactly... Nope, I fucked up right at the end. And why did I say exactly changes? See, that fucked it up right there. See? This is what I mean. I think of like an extra word that I don't need to say, and that fucks it up, dude. Dude, I swear. Alright, now at the end of this video, I will have an install tutorial for the Redone collection of mods alongside any optional mods that I mentioned during this, but before we get into this, let's talk about what Redone is and how it changes the game. Now, the Redone collection is split into two different volumes, Volume 1 and Volume 2, being the southern zones and the northern zones, and it changes each one of them. However, the northern changes still aren't that major yet. Oh my god. Is there bandits right there? Oh, that's so annoying. Bro, why are the bandits shooting at me? Bruh. I love it. I believe the bases are. They cook. I mean, yeah, if you don't like that. I mean, you can lower the population density and it will apply to Redone. So you can just do that. I don't think that's too big of a problem since you can change it yourself. Do not interrupt me, you fuckers. Am I gonna have to kill the entire bandit base? Oh my god, dude. I swear, dude. Can I, like, not record anything ever? I would just delete all the enemies, but the issue is I actually need the fucking enemies for what I was about to say, you know? Because it adds military to the bridge. So... Actually, you know, wait. Do I have unlimited ammo somehow? No, I don't. Alright, that should be it. One example is down here in Cordon, military are now guarding the bridge, and as you can see, they're actually friendly to me. Well, no, let me do that one more time. One example is right here in Cordon. As you can see, the military are here at the bridge, and they're not shooting at me. And one of the reasons... Nope. It's an optional mod. I was about to say it's a part of the Redone collection, but technically it's an optional mod. One example is Redone now adds military right here at the bridge, and they're not shooting me as I slowly approach them. And the reason why is in Anomaly, originally, s.t.a.l.k.e.r was supposed to have a deal with the military that they would not shoot loners on site. Now, that never fully got implemented, and so it is an optional mod that Redone recommends that you add. Now, obviously, if I get too close to them, they will open fire just like this, but... if I kill them, you'll notice right in the bottom left, I lost goodwill for dishonoring s.t.a.l.k.e.r.'s deal with the military. So you have to watch out. Yeah, there you go. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, this was supposed to be an anomaly by default. Let me... Wait, I thought military was supposed to be here too. Oh, there are. I hear them running. Also, up here at the military checkpoint, guess what? There's actually military here instead of bandits. However, the big thing about Redone is if I kill all of these people, they will be no, I fucked that up. Actually, if I do that. Actually, here, this would be easier. Let me... Oh, wrong thing. Cat, stop pulling. Dude, my cat is trying to, like, pull my wires down right now as I'm doing this. There we go. Change to military. That makes this easier right here. Wait, what? Wait, what just got clicked? What? At the top of my screen, it says, welcome to voice access to use your... What the fuck is this? What? I'm so confused. I have no idea. My computer just popped up with like a warning at the top talking about voice access or some shit. I have no fucking clue, dude. Good old Windows. Another example is up here at the northern checkpoint. There's actually military here for once, like there should be. However, if I were to kill all the military here, this area would be re-inhabited by someone else. As I mentioned earlier, one of my biggest gripes is that all the locations feel static while the open world itself feels dynamic. Let me... Can I go through there? Okay. Let's see. I need to grab this. I'm looking through something real quick. For April Fool idea, got on how to install Gamma on Linux. Dude, that would be so fucking annoying, dude. Dude, that would be so annoying, dude. Also, like, I'd have to set up Linux and everything. Like, yeah, no, I'm good. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Who's here? Oh, it's... I forgot. I still am set to military. Let me change that. It would probably be good to change faction to an ecologist real quick. That way, I'm friends with everyone. End up here in garbage by the... Well, it's not by the... Okay, well... End up here in garbage. Duty are completely guarding this checkpoint. But one major example that I love with Redone is... No, let me change that. No, I think it'd be better to skip straight to raw stock, actually. Yeah, no. Let me skip to raw stock with what I was going to say. No, just have it be trying to set up Linux for 10 minutes. I mean, you can do it. I've seen people do it. What are you up to right now? Basically, recording the video and getting footage for the Redone collection of mods. I'm making a video on it. I'm probably going to re-record some of this stuff later, but it's okay. I just thought it would be a fun kind of like fuck around for us to like kind of talk in between all this, because normally what I do is I just sit here in like complete silence, like literally complete fucking silence. Faction does not matter. We are just recording a Redone video. Like, I'm gonna be just moving around like this and changing stuff. Actually, it would be really funny. Hold on. Jesus Vlog. Yeah. Hold on. Great idea. So earlier I mentioned how if you kill everyone in raw stock, Duty will just respawn. Well, in Redone, obviously it's different. So let's say Duty have a little bit of a tragic accident, you know? Something just happens that just so happens to kill all of them. Yeah. Here, I'm about to time factor this. Hi, Petrenko. Excuse me? He is definitely supposed to be able to... Okay, apparently grenades do nothing but knives kill him. Yep, that makes sense. Oops. Throw those nades. Yeah, it's grenade launcher. Hi, Veronin, and apparently since grenade launchers don't work, I'm just going to do that. All right, now the Duty leadership has been completely crippled. Now, how about we get out of here and wait a little while and see what happens? Turn on limited ammo. I love that some of them are attacking me and some aren't. Oops.
Подходи, сталкер. Для таких, как ты, у меня всегда есть кое-что интересное.
Стой! Сейчас туда нельзя.
Эй, уёбок! Ну как там тебе?
No, you can't kill Sid. I'm just trying to get rid of Mo's Duty, and then I'm gonna wait a while. I should quick save before the game decides to like kill itself. Excuse me? Is this a knife situation again? Yep. I just need to kill most of the duty here, but I don't want to delete all the squads, because if I delete all the squads, I think it like messes with some stuff. I'm just trying to kill. Oops, that was clear sky. All right, I think we're good. All right. I don't remember if changing faction resets reputation. Probably not, I'd imagine. Can I, if I like look? Oh, I crashed the game. Well, I should not have tried that, I guess. Re-upload the full video? I mean, what do you mean re-upload? The stream is gonna remain. This stream is gonna remain. So like, I'm not gonna like delete it, or anything like that. So yeah, you can watch this later. It's funny that the game decided to kill itself though. Well, that's what I was gonna do, but it doesn't really matter. I just need to like skip forward time a ton, after most of these guys are dead. I mean, here, I can delete common squads, but I think that's a bad idea. I think that fucks up us other stuff. Why no usual stream? It's not a good time to do a usual stream. This is a terrible fucking time. Like, if I did a stream right now, like a Gamma stream that was like focused on Invictus and shit, dude, we'd get like 70 people in here max. This is an actual fucking terrible time. Yeah, I've talked to Achman about traders and like moving in and like other stuff. I think that is something that he plans on doing at some point. I just don't know when. Here, let me just really? Wait, I deleted common squads and yet, huh? Are they not considered common squads? I'm a bit confused about that now. Yeah, why do you have to be tired enough to sleep? Even when... That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Why do you have to be tired enough to sleep, even in God mode? Why is that a thing? In the future, will it be possible to take... I have no idea. Achman is the one making it, so... We've talked about it before, though, so I think it is something that he wants to do. But yeah, it's a bit stupid that you can't like skip forward time as easily here. I'm just gonna have to spawn in like a ton of food and then like a ton of drinks. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Okay. Interesting. Isn't the taking over part of warfare? Yes, it is a part of warfare, but like redone is a different thing, so he probably just wants it to be a thing in like non-redone. Sin drink? Dude, I've never seen that shit before, but then again, I've never played Sin. There we go. I think we've killed all the leadership, so it should be good now. Oh, it's a starting item? Okay, that's interesting. There you go. What time is it in game right now? 10? Oh yeah, sleep till 9. Woke up early. Okay, well, that's kind of annoying. I need to sleep multiple times real quick and think that should work. All right, when I come down here, there should be freedom. Let me double check. No, have they not respawned yet? They haven't respawned yet. Or maybe I didn't kill enough duty. It's whenever, yeah. As long as you kill Petrenko and Veronin, they should... Maybe I need to make sure, yeah, like all the like named guys, or like important guys are dead. Okay. No, you can definitely do it after sleeping, because I've done it in EFP before, like when I wanted to show it off one time. Oh, yep, meant to do that. Oh, there we go. Nice. They're here. All right, let me get a headlamp on real quick. And then I can do this. Oops. Where is... All right, and as you can see, we are back a couple of days later, and now Freedom have actually taken over Rostock. This is what I like about Redone. So going back to the Brain Scorcher example earlier, let's go see what happens if I were to do the Brain Scorcher. Which I need to do the Miracle Machine first. I mean, I'm gonna have to go through multiple load screens anyway. Here, it's probably a good idea to like pause the recording in between stuff, as long as I can remember to what happens if you now kill Freedom? I don't know. I didn't do it with I didn't do it last time, so I'm not sure. I could check later. Freedom might just remain there, mainly because Freedom doesn't have like they don't have a named NPC that spawns. You get what I mean? Because the way that this is working is it's looking for certain people to end up dead, and that is what triggers the stuff. Actually, quick ADHD moment real quick. Oh, let me do that again. Actually, quick ADHD moment real quick. Here in Wild Territory, you're going to notice that there's a lot of mercenaries. If you actually kill all the mercenaries here in Wild Territory, it'll end up being a duty area, which is super nice. This is what I like about Redone. It's kind of stupid that you kill a ton of... Oh, dude, I messed that up. Let me do that again. I fucked up. And no. So, no, what we were talking about is Freedom don't have a named NPC that respawns at the base after we're done. You get what I mean? But like that's what we were saying. It has nothing to do, which, by the way, that take didn't matter no matter what, because I forgot to unpause the video, or unpause the recording. That's what I meant. Quick ADHD interruption real quick. Here in Wild Territory, you're going to notice that there's a lot of mercenaries. Now, one great thing, too, is if you eliminate all the mercenaries in Wild Territory, this will now become a duty area. Now, obviously, if you kill Petrenko and Veronin, this won't be a duty area, but that's the magic of Redone. I always did find it quite annoying doing all those missions for duty, killing a ton and ton of mercenaries here in Wild Territory and having them just repopulate. It'll be freedom. I actually don't know. I did not wipe out duty in my redone playthrough. I just know what certain things change. Yeah. When I cleared army warehouses, as Monolith Sin moved in, exactly. No, there still will be enemies. There are still like roaming squads and everything like this. This is mainly meant for like the bases and everything. It doesn't get rid of the current like A-life system. It just makes it to where your decisions have consequences in that if you chose to wipe out an area, other people will move in. Sometimes it will not just be your ally. It might be someone else. So it might still be your enemy, you know? I keep hearing him, freaking, yeah, my, like, wow, does that only actually do that small amount? 11%? Really? Oh, I'm, like, in the negative, that's why. I was, like, so confused. Where is the rich? Where's the one that gives you money though? Like become rich or whatever. Where is that? Am I blind? Blah blah blah. Object spawner outfit change. Unlock sleep. Unlock all rounds. Oh, get it. Why is it called Gur Rich? Why is it called Gur? I was like looking for that. I was like, what in the world? And now let me spawn in something else to use for, I guess. And weapons, ammo. This takes that, right? Oh no, it's 9 by 19. 9 by 19. Wait, why did it not let me teleport right there, huh? There you go. Alright, come here, Sakharov, real quick. Yeah, I see the money comment. There you go, got the Psy Helm. Oh! Meant to do that. Now another ADHD. Oops. Now another ADHD. Nope. Oh yeah, I forgot, dude. I gotta click. Dude, this is why I shouldn't pause the recording. I should just like deal with it and have to edit it because I forgot to resume. Another tangent. Obviously, I have to do the Miracle Machine before I can go to the Brain Scorcher. And as you can see, there's actually a lot of zombified. And that's going to be true for almost all the areas until you are able to just say, nope, I'm just going to not include this. I fucked it up and there were zombies there. Nope, I'm just not even going to include it. I'm just going to go down. Yeah, I don't use the mutant pack. I don't like the mutant pack. Now, obviously, in order to do the Brain Scorcher, I must do the Miracle Machine, and you're going to notice right away that the Miracle Machine is different, and the way that you disable it is different. Now, you will have the normal spawns, like, for example, the Snork that always spawns behind you. Whatever. One of the main changes is that there's more zombified stalkers throughout the entire thing. So as you can see, there's a lot more guys here. The amount of zombified stalkers down here does make it to where you will need to prepare a lot more for the Miracle Machine. As you can see right here, this guy's in an exo. Oh my god, they're all in exos. What in the world's going on right here? Oh yeah, it makes this way harder because of where it puts everyone. Yeah, they tend to like stay in the corners. They're not that tanky, as you can see. I like just sprayed them and they're dead. And right here where there's normally bloodsuckers, as you can see, it's actually, once again, more zombified stalkers and snorks that are hiding around the corner trying to get you with their psi. Now here's the main room of the Miracle Machine. Now you're going to notice something is immediately different once you run over to this first switch and turn it off. Hold on. First of all, once you flick it down, you can actually flick it back up. That's right, you can turn back on both the Miracle Machine and the Brain Scorcher, though that's really meant for Monolith playthroughs and Sin playthroughs. And once again, there is a ton of zombified stalkers here. As you can see, this mod makes Miracle Machine a lot tougher, especially if you're doing a Monolith / Sin playthrough. This place is insane. So here's the second switch right here. But you're going to notice, the warning noise isn't playing. I wonder if it just removed the file. Nope, that's because this is completely different. I hate the dude yelling over and over again. I forgot to fucking remove it. If you play a Sin or Monolith, there will be like Freedom and Ecologists here and Mercenaries. It's very, very tough. But here is the third switch. Turn that off, and once again, it's not making any noise. Now, once you get here to the top, finally, you turn off this switch, and you're going to notice, wait, it's not complete. Wait, why did it disable? Wait, that's not right. Wait, that's not right. Crast. You're supposed to have to go down to the bottom and return everything on, remember? And then come back up and flip the switch again. Why did that complete? That's not the way that this works. I wonder if that's a glitch. Because it shouldn't have turned off. All right, so I'm actually really confused right now because normally what happens is you turn this off and the miracle machine isn't actually disabled. And what you have to do is you have to run all the way back down to the bottom switch, turn that off again, and then run all the way up and do it again, and then flick the switch and it'll be turned off. That's how it was the last time I did this. And yet now the miracle machine is just disabled. Because the challenge was you were supposed to run all the way down there and zombies would start spawning in. So you'd have to kill zombified stalkers. But, okay then. Never mind. Either way, let's go ahead and kill this controller and get out so that we can start making our way towards the Brain Scorcher. Well, no, Saju. He hasn't updated it yet. So it should be the same. And also, the point of it was that you would have to go back down to the bottom while fighting a ton more zombies, you know? Pretend you did it? Nah, then there would be no point in mentioning it. Oh, the redone one life. I would like to do that at some point, you know, try that out, but I don't know if we're gonna be getting to that anytime soon. Surprised you streamed this early. I mean, this is a bit of a weird stream. All right, now we're in the tunnels of the... All right, let me do that again. All right, so we turned off the miracle machine and we're in the tunnels, and immediately, that's weird. There's a mercenary laying here, and there's no snorks. Right here, there's another mercenary. I wonder what might be around this corner since there's no snorks. I don't know. What could possibly be here? Yep, that's right. There are now bloodsuckers in the tunnels. But on the bright side, you don't have to deal with a ton of snorks. So, yep, there was one back here. And right after we get around this corner, there should be another one. Right. Oh. Now, right around this corner, there should be two. Let's see if I can see them before they... Oh, disappear. Oh, it's a Psysucker, too. There's a Psysucker. But, did I kill the Bloodsucker? Oh, I did. Hey, let's go. So, yeah, there's a total of 3 down here. Now, the whole pseudo-giant thing is the exact same, so yeah, just do this or run away. It's your choice. No, I added a redone. Hello? Oh, I'm at the wrong side. That makes sense. A chimera would be scary. Yeah, we're not that crazy. No one's that crazy. What does redone do? A lot, which is why I'm making a video on it. And there we go. We are now out of the miracle machine, so time to actually head up to the Brain Scorcher. But no, basically what the redone does Supernova is it changes every area in the game, kind of changes the pathing of NPCs, changes where NPCs are, makes it to where like you have like quote unquote consequences. So for example, if you kill everyone in the duty base, freedom will replace duty in raw stock. If you kill everyone at the miracle machine, sorry, you kill everyone at the Brain Scorcher, monolith won't respawn, you know, stuff like that. So that's essentially what it does. It like makes the game way more dynamic, because basically what I said in the beginning of this video that I'm recording right now is my issue with the game is always that like the open world life feels dynamic, right? You know, when you're going between area to area, everything's dynamic, right? The issue that I have is that bases don't feel dynamic at all. Like, as I said, when you kill all the duty at the duty base, how come duty just respawn? You know, like, how come they just respawn there? And so what redone is it's changing that so that stuff will kind of cycle and things will change. It's like warfare mode, but actually working. Yes, I guess that is definitely one way you could put it. Here, let me check something real quick. Let me check what the changes were for Army Warehouse real quick. All right, now we're in Army Warehouse, which actually has a few interesting changes, one of which being that there will be permanent bloodsuckers in Bloodsucker Village. Now, obviously, if you kill them all, they will be dead for about 2 weeks in-game, and then they'll come back. But either way, Bloodsucker Village now has real bloodsuckers. But one of the more interesting changes is that if you come here to the Freedom Base and you kill Lucash, the Monolith will launch an assault on Army Warehouses, and if they win, if they kill a majority of the Freedom members, then they will move into this base alongside some Sin members. Yep. Oh, I paused the recording. No, I gotta go back and do that. Dude, this is what I mean. Look, so the reason I started pausing the recording, right? The reason I started pausing it was so that I didn't have to edit through me talking to you guys, right? Because it would be annoying to have to cut so much out, right? So I'm like, oh, I'll just pause and resume whenever I need it. And then I forget to freaking... Ah, dude. I can't believe this. And then I freaking forget to resume. Oh, dude. I did such a good take, dude. I did one take on both of those almost, right? And then I gotta redo it. Now it's gonna take me fucking 10 times to say it. Now it's gonna take me 10 times to say it. Jesus, someone save my soul. Someone literally saved my soul. No, I should just leave the recording on. I don't know why I stopped it. I mean, I know why. As I said, it's going to be a pain to edit through. But, like, I really should just... By the way, what in the world is going on here? What is with the gunfire? Oh, it's just freedom and duty shooting. All right, so now we're in Army Warehouse, which has a few interesting changes, one of which being that there are permanent bloodsuckers now at Bloodsucker Village. Now, obviously, if you kill all of them, they won't be there, and... fuck. They won't be there, yep. All right, now we're in Army Warehouse, which has two very interesting changes, one of which mean... Nope. See, dude, this is what I mean. This is what I fucking mean, dude. I fucked up... dude, I wasn't recording. I do it on one take, and now I'm gonna fuck up over and over again, dude. Alright, now we're in Army Warehouse, which has two major changes, one of which being that Bloodsucker Village actually has bloodsuckers for once. Now, obviously, once you kill all of them, they won't respawn immediately, but they will respawn at about 2 weeks in-game, and I think eventually it becomes a shorter interval. But the more important change is here at the Freedom Base. If you were to kill Lucash, then eventually the Monolith will actually launch an invasion on Army Warehouse. And if they kill a majority of the Freedom members here, they will actually own this base. And a bunch of Monolith and Sin will start spawning here and taking it over. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, you know, technically what I could do is I could just take the video and the audio from the YouTube stream, right? If I really wanted to, since I did it the first time. Just do an Iron Man for 4 months. Yeah, dude, more than 4 months at this point, I think. Actually, sick to see the process of all this. Yeah, I mean, this one's a bit more of a pain in the ass for me because I should be doing more voiceover stuff, which I'm not. So now let me double check what the radar stuff is, because I want to see if there's anything else interesting in radar that I don't remember. Let me see. Added smart terrain for Zombify, deactivate lab. What's yeah, okay, I'm just looking at let me spawn in a gun that I can actually use for for Brain Scorcher. And since I keep seeing you guys put fucking P90, dude, whatever, I'll spawn one in. What does this use again? This uses 5.7. Oops, wrong thing. Into radar mount. Well, that's what I was going to talk about next, but give me a second. All right, now here we are in good old radar, where you want to avoid the forest at all costs because there are hard mutants that are guaranteed to spawn there. Almost always will there be pseudo giants and chimeras. In other words, you should stick to this really irradiated road, or you need to go through the way. No. Let me do that again. So you either want to stick to this heavily irradiated road, or you want to go through the red forest to radar transition. Yeah, I know you can put a scope, but I want to do this. All right, now let's start our assault on the Brain Scorcher. I just need to kill a majority of them. That's all I need to do. Oh my god, I did it again. 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 This is ADHD. If anyone wants like a good example of how my fucking mind works, this right here. Just watch the last 10 fucking minutes and you will literally see exactly how it works, dude. Literally, go look at the last 10 fucking minutes, dude. I swear to God. Oh my God. I swear. I fucking swear, dude. I don't even know, dude. I don't even know, dude. I mean, if I'm gonna put a scope on it, I'm just gonna put like something simple. Oh, wait, hello? Oh, it like removed it. All right, so now we're in radar. Oh, wait. All right, so now we're in radar, where you 100% want to avoid the forest at all costs because there is guaranteed to basically be pseudo giants or chimeras there. Now, besides the fact that there's monolith all the way down the road up to the Brain Scorcher, you're also going to have to deal with mutants the entire time, including zombified stalkers like that one right there. Hello? Why is it doing that? It's like going slow when I do roll. It doesn't normally do that. What is going on? There we go. Now it's moving. Now, if you're used to doing... Oh, wait. Now, if you're used to doing... Now, if you're used to going through radar in the current Gamma version, this version will be much harder due to the amount of monolith everywhere and the amount of mutants in the forest. Normally they spawn them right there. Oh, yep. That's what I was about to say. Yep, and even up the road right here where there aren't normally monolith, there are currently some shooting at me. I don't really care too much about them, though. I just need to... Technically, I don't even think I have to I think I just need to disable the Brain Scorcher. I don't actually think I have to kill all of them. Now, if only the Redone collection would get rid of the piss yellow filter that this game has. It's not warfare. A faction won't automatically take back an area now. Dude, there are so many more monolith out here compared to like the Brain Scorcher I just did. I just did Brain Scorcher on my one life not that long ago, and this is insane. There is probably about 5 times the amount of monolith here. Holy crap. On the bright side, hey, this is a ton of scavenging levels right here. No cat. Hold on, my cat. Look, I'm sorry. I can't have you up here. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm being serious right now. There's probably about 40 guys here. I'm pretty certain. Like, holy crap. This is a Redone showcase? It's a video that I'm recording currently. All right, well, with all of them dead, hopefully, let's go ahead and do the Brain Scorcher. No, I won't be using Redone in my next playthrough. I want to do a normal Gamma Invictus / One Life first, and then do stuff like that, like mess around with like Redone. Cat's name? Dude, we got way too many. Like, if you want me to name cats right now, let's see. Oliver, Lucy, Cleo, Caramel, and then I have Tom, Jerry, Bear, and then we have Fred, and we have Garfield and Babe. There you go. All right, and here we are inside the Brain Scorcher. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is it's technically easier because there is no timer. That's right. You have unlimited amount of time to go through and do the Brain Scorcher. Honestly, if there was one thing I could suggest that Ackman changes about... Oh, wait, let me do that again. Now, if there was one thing I could suggest to Ackman about changing the Brain Scorcher, I would definitely make it harder. Now, Redone is supposed to get a new update relatively soon, and so maybe the Brain Scorcher will be much more difficult. Because the way that it is currently, it is a lot easier. Cat, get your ass down. Oh yeah, and by the way, this Brain Scorcher is the way that it used to be, where there's no monolith until you disable it. I think. Or no. Yeah, recording is on. Now, I'm pretty sure the way that this works is it is similar to the way that the Brain Scorcher used to be. In other words, once you turn it off, a new monolith squad should spawn in. But I actually haven't done this in a very, very long time, so I'm going to be figuring it out alongside you guys right now. All I know is that there was not a ton of monolith in here, period. What in the world was he doing? Just staring at the corner. Add it to Gamma? Dude, I would check the install page, but yes. You would just add it like any other mod. You need to install Volume 1 and Volume 2. And then what you want to do is you want to disable ZCP. Okay? because ZCP conflicts with it. But I would definitely check some other stuff. ZCP fucks your up your game if you turned it off. No, it doesn't. You're not supposed to do redone mid playthrough anyways. Redone requires you start a fresh save. That's always been a requirement. Turning off ZPP does not mess it up, assuming you're starting a new save. It did for me. I've never had an issue with it messing anything up, because you're not supposed to use ZCP at all. And here we are at the Brain Scorcher. Turn that off, and as I mentioned before, you can turn it back on if you'd like to. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but yeah, let's keep that off. Now, obviously, as I said, if you're playing as Monolith and Sin, the main quest that you'll be doing is turning back on the Brain Scorcher and the Miracle Machine, both of which is actually pretty dang difficult. For both the Brain Scorcher and Miracle Machine, as Monolith, you're going to have to deal with a ton of mercenaries normally. Okay, well, we just turned it off, and I'm not hearing any new voices, so maybe it doesn't spawn anyone back in, which would make it incredibly easy. Oh, nope. There we go. There's someone. Yep, okay, there are new guys here. Nice. They're just a bit further down than what I thought they were at. What's Redone about? That's why I'm making a video on it right now.
Ну как там тебе? Печет? Сдохни ты там уже, пидор!
Relife from A-Life. Yeah, it's basically changing a lot of stuff to make it more dynamic. Yeah, I'm just trying to kill everyone so I can get out of here and get to the next part of what I was going to explain. Woo, it sure does add in a lot more guys actually after you disable it. Yes, Gamma plus Redone, that's it. Oh, he was underneath the stairs. Oh, hold on. I'm fine. Gun is getting damaged. Okay, now I know I said the Brain Scorcher should be easier in Redone. I actually now think it's harder because I did not know it was gonna respawn like so many more guys at the end. It doesn't matter what faction. This is just a video. This is just a video. This isn't a playthrough, guys. This is a video. I am literally recording a video that is going to be uploaded on the channel later. It has literally nothing to do with any playthrough or anything. This is basically me just streaming a recording of explaining what Redone is and doing different sections. That is literally what this is. It is basically just me making a video on it. This is not a playthrough. This is not what I'm playing. I'm literally in God mode spawning shit in. This is just me giving examples. This is going to become a video. I'm recording at the exact same time that I'm streaming. I just decided that it would be great to stream at the same time so that I could talk in between. That's basically it. Where the hell did you come from? Exactly. All right, now that we've killed everyone in the side... No, let me do that again. All right, now... All right, we've killed everyone inside and outside the Brain Scorcher, so let's go ahead and wait a few days and see what happens. You get to fight mono bros when entering and exiting. Yes, Zliva, that seems to be what's going on. And also, once you finish the Brain Scorcher, so to give people, to be very quick about Redone is, because I don't want to explain this a million times, Redone changes the way that things work, make things more dynamic. Basically, for example, what I'm about to show you, if you kill everyone in the Brain Scorcher, you know how in normal Gamma, you come back here in a day or two, and there's Monolith here, which doesn't make sense, right? You would think people would move in and secure it and everything. You know, that's very logical, right? Well, the way that Redone works is it makes the logical logical. In other words, people should be moving in. Actually, sometimes they move in immediately. So let me see. Let me see real quick. But like, yeah, like, so it changes stuff essentially. If you kill Lucash, the monolith will invade Army Warehouse. All right, no one's out here yet. No, okay, no one's out here yet. Maybe because I didn't kill all of them. Actually, here, let me give myself... Where's Spice? Oh, as you can see on the map right here, it's already starting. There's some freedom right here inside of radar where they normally wouldn't be. Also, let me make sure... This dude's dead, right? Yeah, okay. Yo, Tyler! Came across your channel recently. I love your gaming content. Keep being yourself. Heard one of your VODs. I hope this helps. Thank you, man. Thank you. Seriously. Thank you. Oh, I'm being moved. Does that mean there's someone up here? I'm waiting for the bird noises to go away. Why is the bird noises lasting so long in the background? Why is it like slowly fading? Does it doesn't normally do that, does it?
Because you're here for 4 more months. I'll take care of her, dude. I'll check in on her. Is that all right?
All right, so here we are 24 hours later, and as you can see, there is a ton of mercenaries here. Since we're an ecologist, we're obviously allied with them. Now, whatever you are allied to will typically take over the miracle machine. So, for example, if you're a loner, it won't be mercenaries. As you can see right there, there's also ecologists. Actually, let's go down into the Brain Scorcher so that I can show you. Let me do that again. Actually, right there is an ecologist, so let's go ahead and head down into the Brain Scorcher so that I can show you the difference. Hold on. And right here in the train... Oh, nope. Alright, there's people shooting. Yeah, let me... Oh. Oh. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Yep, just falling through the world. You know, I wish the camera control was like a bit more granular. It like wasn't instantly speeding up, you know? When you click control, it didn't like insta speed up. Trader shift mechanic. Are you talking about like trading with people and clicking the shift? That's in Gamma normally, unless there's like something extra that I'm not remembering. Have they not moved in here yet? They should have. Maybe they're probably, oops. Dude, you can't, like, you gotta be careful when, crap, dude. I hate that it, once it goes out of view, look, everything you can't see. It's, like, so weird. Some traders, move at night? Oh, like, move around? Yeah, that is a thing. Never heard of it, even after 800 hours. Basically, it makes things more dynamic. So, for example, you kill everyone at the duty base in Rostock. Well, now Freedom will move in, right? You kill everyone at the Miracle or Brain Scorcher like we just did. Now my allies have moved in. You see what I mean? Like if you kill Lucash at the Freedom base, Monolith will actually launch an assault on Army Warehouse. Basically, it makes the environment more dynamic. I've mentioned this before, but to me, the thing that Gamma and this game in general has always missed out on is the A-Life feels dynamic, right? Going between areas, you seeing different squads and stuff, but the bases have always felt static, right? They've always felt static. It doesn't matter what you do, whatever faction owns it will respawn there. Also, they're supposed to be in here already. Are they not? Really? They're supposed to be in here. Well, I've recaptured it. No, unfortunately they can't like recapture it themselves. I'm sure that is an optional thing that maybe people could ask Ackman for at some point, but no, that's not a thing yet. Here, let me just sleep down here. They can? I don't think they can recapture it themselves. Can they recapture it themselves? I don't remember that being a thing. Yeah, I'm not sure why the ecologists aren't down here yet. I wonder if it just hasn't had enough time pass. Because, yeah, there's supposed to be ecologists all down here. They're supposed to be all down here. Yeah, it's really good. Just remember you have to do a fresh new save. And you do need to disable ZCP. So there are a few things you need to do before it'll like work properly. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't respawned here. Where'd you get this P90? Oh, I didn't get it. Right now I'm recording a video, and so I'm spawning stuff in for stuff. I'm trying to figure out why. Wait, why? Why are they not moving into here? Yeah, I don't know why the ecologists aren't moving in here to here. They're 100% supposed to. I've seen it happen several times before. I guess maybe because I wasn't outside for long enough, people didn't go inside. You get what I mean? So that might be it. Here, just speed this up. Yeah, there's like no one inside here, even though they're 100% supposed to be ecologists in here by now. Don't you love the game at 5 times speed? Can you imagine trying to beat the game like this? This sounds cursed? No, it sounds great. Are you telling me you wouldn't want the game to sound like, you know, like constantly? It would be fun to do something like, I don't know, like a Mosin only run, and every time I die, I have to up the game speed by 0.1. So at first it's not that bad, you know, like 1.1, but then like by the end of it, because, you know, using a Mosin, you know, you're definitely going to get fucked at some point, right? Can you imagine just like being at 5 times speed trying to like snipe people, dude? Be like near impossible. All right, well, I just got out of the lab, and for some reason, there's no ecologists or mercenaries down here, but I guess it's because I haven't waited enough time, because as you can see, there's apparently some monolith attacking outside, and these ecologists were meant to go down into the lab. So as you can see, just because we cleared out the area and now there's mercenaries and ecologists here, it does not mean that the area will not be attacked from time to time. Be down inside here. I did not mean to do that. Who are they shooting at? Okay, they killed him. Yeah, they want their turf back. Yeah, I'm just... Oh, that sound doesn't stop. Here, where's a non-irradiated spot so it doesn't do the fucking... Dude, this entire area is like irradiated, so it's like doing this. It's so annoying, actually. High pulse anomaly. No, not mutant collection. I'm talking about just the redone normal collection that changes the south and the north. I'm not talking about mutants. And as you can see on the PDA right now, there's freedom here, freedom there, and freedom all the way down here. So this entire road is now secure after going and doing the Brain Scorcher. Now, I know current day Gamma requires that you do both the Miracle Machine and the Brain Scorcher in order to go to the northern zones. However, if you... I fucking hate the mercenaries. Goddamn fucking dumbass English voice lines. Absolute fucking trash, dude. Oh, what are they fighting? Now I know... Dude, why is there I get why there's radiation everywhere, but it's so annoying. Oh, as you can see right here, there's actually a monolith down there, and there's a bunch of freedom attacking him. Might as well help him out real quick. How am I irradiated? I shouldn't be irradiated. He's making... You have... excuse me? You're a bit late on that. It said I just got Duca free. Are you okay? Are you okay, bro? Bit late on that. But yeah, why is it as if I'm getting irradiated right now? Now, I know that modern day Gamma requires that you do both the Miracle Machine and the Brain Scorcher to go north, but if you were to disable the Northern Psyfields mod that requires you to do the Brain Scorcher to do north, the way that Redone is supposed to work is that until you disable the Brain Scorcher, the northern zones are hell. So, for example, looking at the map of Jupiter, you know, normally you'll... So looking at the map of Jupiter, normally you'll have monolith maybe like down here or over here, but no, the way that it works in Redone is if you just disable the Miracle Machine and go north, then this entire area is just filled with monolith. There is so many more monolith patrols, and that does not end until after you disable the Brain Scorcher. And supposedly, I think I've been told that after you do the Eidolon quest and you kill most of the monolith here in Pripyat, it'll also stop the monolith from spawning all in this area too. Let me look up one more thing before I continue with what I was gonna say. Now, some more side things I'd like to mention. Right here in this cave that we normally associate with Sin, it's now a monolith base, and so there will be a monolith trader here. Sin have actually had their base moved all the way up here to the deserted hospital, and they'll have a trader there too. Now, if you were to raid the monolith inside here and you kill everyone, including the monolith trader, then Sin will start to inhabit this cave. Give me 1 second. I'm looking at something real quick because there's something I'm forgetting about Pripyat, I'm pretty sure. Blah, blah, blah. Here, let me go to Outskirts first. Enough hours in the game where AI is slowly becoming predictable in regards to patrol response. Yeah, that's one really good thing about Redone is it changes all these things, and so stuff happens like that. Just redone textures and stuff, rebound counters. It's literally just called the Redone Collection, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Redone, just redone. That is what we're talking about. Not textures, not the mutants. No. It right here where yeah, I tried and the game keeps crashing. As long as you install them with high priority and you turn off ZCP, you should be good. At the end of this video that I'm literally making right now, I will have like an install guide. It is quite simple, so you shouldn't have too big of a problem with it, hopefully. I don't want to start a new save. Yeah, unfortunately, it's new save only. It's new save only. Because it has too many changes. It has way too many changes for you to be able to continue on. You can still load up your old save, but things won't be right, essentially. All right, now we're in Outskirts with a few interesting changes, one of which being that at nighttime, there will actually be a Chimera hive, where if you go there and kill the Chimeras, it'll cease spawning a ton of Chimeras here in Outskirts. So it's actually a really good way of eliminating most Chimera spawns. Was it this one? Now, there are a lot more zombies here in Outskirts now, and in order to disable those, you have to destroy, I'm assuming, this psi antenna. I'm not 100% sure. It just says that there's a psi antenna somewhere in Outskirts that if you disable it, there will no longer be as many zombified stalkers. Now, there are many, many, many more changes to do with basically every single zone on this map. Any place that you can think of has probably had some change done to it. It would take literally forever to go over every single one. So I want you to go discover that on your... God damn it, I did it so good up until that part. Oh, I can see the zombified there? Okay, that's interesting. I don't even remember how I began that sentence. How did I begin that sentence just now that I said? How did I begin it? I'm literally gonna go back and watch my own fucking live stream because I don't remember how I began the sentence that I just did. Oh, no, okay, I say now there are many, many. Now there are many, many changes that the redone collection of... Now there are many, many changes that redone makes. So many that it would take me hours to list every single one. Now, obviously, I'm about to show you how to install it. Oh, wait, let me save that for later, actually. Any place that you can think of on the entire map has probably had something changed about it, and the spawns have changed everywhere. So if you're getting a bit bored of Gamma and you kind of know where all the spawns are and where all the enemies tend to be, this is a perfect mod to try out. For example, what happens if you kill everyone in Yanov? Who will re-inhabit it? I don't know. You go tell me. But now that I've done a very light overview, let's go ahead and get into how to install the redone collection of mods. There we go. Let me stop recording real quick. Let me see how long of footage I have real quick. I need to open up DaVinci. I need to import this to DaVinci real quick and then call it redone in game. Put it in the VODs folder. I need to see how much footage I have for that. Like once I edit out me fucking up a million times, you get what I mean? Here, how long would it take me to do a proxy roll? Let's see how bad that is, considering I'm using my GPU like pretty heavily already. Let's see. How long would it take to make a proxy? It would take... Well, it has to begin first, doesn't it? It'll take 20 minutes here. I think it'd be easier for me to just go through and like edit some of this right now. Here, guys, you wanna see DaVinci, the greatest editing software there ever was. God, I hate rehearing my voice. God damn. I need to the beginning of this. Oh yeah, I need to save my Audacity. Here, let me do that. Save as project. Wait, save project as. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I gotta export. I forget how DaVinci works. I have not used DaVinci in like, or not DaVinci. Sorry, I've not used Audacity in a very long time because I tend to not use it. Be done in. There you go. Let me export that real quick, and then I can import it. Okay, I think I actually need to close the game real quick because I think that's why it's lagging so hard. Let me exit because yeah, I was gonna say like it doesn't normally lag this hard when skipping around the timeline. Yes, like right. I need it. Where's the part where I'm actually just like silently shooting? Here we go. Is this it? No, it isn't. Yeah, I just need this like beginning section. Hopefully I didn't talk for longer than this. I actually have no idea. In this like beginning section. Like here, let me see real quick. Like for the first part where I talked about why does it do that? I've never understood why DaVinci wants me to use like a cut instead of like what I'm normally using. Like I don't get why. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I need to lower the audio on that. Yeah, okay. I fucking hate that sound so much, or like the voice almost. I'm like also one of those people who hate like listening back to recordings. Yeah, why does it do that? Why it wants you to do a cut instead of like a delete. And I don't get why that is. You see how like when I delete this uh or when I like delete it like that, you see it moves everything back. Why? Uh like I don't get that. Why does that happen? Like why does it literally wants you to like do a cut like that instead of like a delete. All right, and now I can yeah, see look, as soon as I delete, why is that a thing? I don't get that. All right, now let me get the footage for the duty base that I did. Wait, do I? I think I teleported. That's what I did. I'm trying to like remember what I literally just did. I'm not even kidding you. I did not use this voice line, I don't think. Or did I? Wait, what? I think I need to record like more of this because that was not long enough. Like here, let me go back. Yeah, like I need more footage. Yeah, no. I need more. I need more because of this part right here. Yeah, like let's but I didn't use this, did I? Hold on. By the way, here, fine. I'll let you guys hear this. If I can do that. Desktop, is that Dort? Ah, yes. Now you can hear me twice. Isn't this lovely? Right? Like as I mentioned, you do kill all the models in the brain scorcher. They respawn. You kill all the duty and Rosok. They respawn. Everyone respawns. There's no such thing as completely wiping out a base, but that's where redone comes in. Redone is one of my favorite mods, and let's get into why. That worked out way better. That worked out way better. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It did not work out way better. You said the exact same fucking thing. You said the exact same fucking thing. I just need to record more footage. I say the exact same thing. Literally, hold on. Killing everyone there, including the general. They just decide to respawn. One of the biggest disconnects with the game is how the world feels so alive thanks to A.I. But all the locations kind of feel static, right? Like as I mentioned, you kill all the models in the brain scorcher, they respawn. You kill all the duty and Rosok, they respawn. Everyone respawns. There's no such thing as completely wiping out a base, but that's where redone comes in. Redone is one of my favorite mods, and let's get into. I literally said the exact same thing, and yet I say, oh, I did it better that time. No, I didn't. I said the exact same fucking thing. Dude, what is with my brain? Oh, yes, I said the literal exact same fucking thing. I said literally the exact same thing, and I was like, oh, yeah, that time it went better. That was a loader. Okay, I can. Oh, okay. So this was what I was gonna use for that section. Okay. Dude, but that made me laugh, dude. It's like, bro, I said the exact same thing. Isn't that lovely? Oh my god, dude. Why does paste inserts not work properly half the time? Like, look. Here, can I just okay. Spawn. One of the biggest disconnects. All right. To respawn. One of the biggest I wish that clip was like a little bit longer, but no. Just decide to respawn. One of the biggest disconnects with the game is how the world feels so alive thanks to A.I. But all the locations kind of feel static, right? Like as I mentioned, you kill all the models in the brain scorcher, they respawn. You kill all the duty and Rosok, they respawn. Everyone respawns. There's no such thing as completely wiping out a base, but that's where redone comes in. Redone is one of my favorite mods, and let's get into why. All right, there we go. Just get that, and then I need to grab the redone's like main page. Bro, he needs to add like a a nice like image, you know, for redone. That way like I can take a screenshot of it and like have it actually look pretty good. Like, hold on, paint. Having to open up paint and save it, save as PNG. Hello, why? Hello, Da Vinci. Why are you not letting me scroll up? Hello. It is not letting me add another video track. Look. Okay, now it is. Dude, what is going on? Why is it all the way? Okay, whatever. Right? Like, as I mentioned, you kill all the models in the brain scorcher, they respawn. You kill all the duty and Rosok, they respawn. Everyone respawns. There's no such thing as completely wiping out a base, but that's where right there, redone. Redone comes in. Redone is one of my favorite mods, and let's get into why. Yeah. Okay, now I think it can continue on from like whatever I did next here. Also, let me change. Normally I have delete on my mouse. That way I can just click it very easily. So there we go. Now I can just click my mouse to delete. So now I just need to find where the next part was. PC bundle, yeah. Alright, now at the end of this video, I will have an install tutorial on how to install redone and the optional mods that I'm going to mention in this video. But first, let's get into what redone is and what all it exactly should. Nope, I fucked up right again. Yep. Alright. Alright, now at the end of this video, I will have an install tutorial for the redone collection of mods alongside any optional mods that I mentioned during this. But before we get into this, let's talk about what redone is and how it changes the game. Now, the redone collection is split into two different volumes, volume 1 and volume 2, being the southern zones and the northern zones, and it changes each one of them. However, the northern changes still aren't that major yet. Other than the bases, I mean, yeah, if you that entirely sorted. Can I like not record anything? One example is down here. One example is redone. Now as military right here at the branch, and they're not shooting me as I slowly approach them. And the reason why is originally s.t.a.l.k.e.r was supposed to have a deal with the military that they would not shoot loners on site. Now that never fully got implemented, and so it is an optional mod that redone recommends that you add. And let me go get that mod. What was the name of it? Frick, it was like military. There we go. More is ignore combat. There we go. Hold on. Let me grab the screenshot of that. PNG Mora's. Go grab that. Import. Right now, never fully got implemented, and so it is an optional mod that Redone recommends that you add. Now, obviously, if I get too close to them, they will open fire just like this. But if I kill them, you'll notice right in the bottom left, I lost goodwill for dishonoring s.t.a.l.k.e.r. This. But if I kill them, you'll notice right in the bottom left, I lost goodwill for dishonoring Sidorovic's deal with the military. So right in the bottom left, I lost goodwill for dishonoring. I think I could stop at goodwill. I don't think it needs to show that for too long. Too kill them. You'll notice right in the bottom left, I lost goodwill for dishonoring Sidorovic's deal with the military. So you have to be, so you have to watch out. You have to, because you have to watch out. Yep. So you have to watch out. The military. So you have to be. So you have to watch out. You have to be. So you have to watch out. Yep. Yeah, this is supposed to be an anomaly by default. Also up here, the military. Yeah, and then I had to retake this. Another example is up here at the northern checkpoint. There's actually military here for once, like there should be. However, if I were to kill all the military here, this area would be re-inhabited by someone else. As I mentioned earlier, one of my biggest gripes is that all the locations feel static while the open world itself feels dynamic. And up here in garbage, duty are completely guarding this checkpoint. But one example I love redone is. Dude, by the way, the reason it's lagging so hard is because it's so normally what you do is you make a proxy, right? I didn't want to make a proxy because it takes way too long. You know, we're kind of just like chilling here and doing this. Not to mention there's not a ton of footage anyways, right? But normally the way that you do this is you will always go into your like media formats. I know you can't see that on my screen, but shit. Yeah, because technically you can't see that. Anyways, normally what you do is you make a low resolution proxy instead of it using like the high quality footage like it is currently, right? That's typically what you do. And the reason you do that is so that you can like skip the timeline without it, like, you see how it's like not responding very quickly. That's basically the reason you want to make a proxy almost always. And up here in garbage, you're completely guarding this checkpoint. But one major example that I love with redone is no, let me change that. Now I think it'd be better to skip straight to Ross. Okay. No, yeah, skip. Duty will just respawn. Well, the redone obviously it's different. Let's say duty world itself feels dynamic. So earlier I mentioned how if you kill everyone in Rostock, duty will just respawn. Well, the redone obviously it's different. So let's say duty have a little bit of a tragic accident. You know, something just happens that just happens to kill all of them. Yeah, you see how laggy this is when it's like loading. Hi, Petranko. Excuse me. Excuse me. He is definitely supposed to be able to. Okay, okay. Apparently grenades do nothing but nice. Kill him. Okay, right there. Is when I realized I did not kill a. Oh no, I did. Yeah. And apparently. I kill him. I have a Ronin and a. I'm just gonna do that. All right, now the duty leadership has been completely crippled. Now how about we get out of here and wait a little while and see what happens? I just need to kill most of the duty here. Squad. Then the game crashed. Lovely. And then I gotta wait. Till the. Yep. All right, now, as you can see, we are back a couple of days later, and now Freedom have actually taken over Rostock. This is what I like about redone. So going back to the Brain Scorcher example earlier, let's go see what happens if I were to do the Brain Scorcher. Quick ADHD interruption real quick. Here in Wild Territory, you're going to notice that there's a lot of mercenaries. Now, one great thing, too, is if you eliminate all of the mercenaries in Wild Territory, this will now become a duty area. In doing all those missions area. But try going wrong, and this won't be a duty area, but that's the magic of redone. This will now become a duty area. Now, obviously, we kill Petranko and Verona, this won't be a duty area, but that's the magic of redone. I always did find it quite annoying doing all those missions for duty, killing a ton of mercenaries here in Wild Territory and having them just repopulate. Another tangent, obviously I have to do the miracle machine before I can go to the Brain Scorcher. And as you can see, there's actually a lot of zombified, and that's going to be true for almost all the areas until you are able to say, nope, I'm just going to not include this. Yeah, I'm not include this, yep. Now, obviously, in order to do the Brain Scorcher, I must do the miracle machine, and you're going to notice right away that the miracle machine is different, and the way that you disable it is different. Now, you will have the normal spawns, like, for example, the snort that always spawns behind you. Here, back up. Right there. One of the main changes is that there's more enough videos that I no longer cringe at my own voice. I think it comes with yeah. It's normally like you get used to it over time. It's definitely something like that. But yeah, like dude, I really should make a proxy for this. More zombified stalkers throughout the entire thing. So as you can see, there's a lot more guys here. The amount of zombified stalkers down here does make it to where you will need to prepare a lot more for the Miracle Machine. As you can see right here, this guy's in an exo. Oh yeah, it makes this way right here. And right here. And right here, I say it as soon as stalkers and snorks that are that's hilarious. Trying to get you with their sign. Now here's the main room of the Miracle Machine. Now you're gonna notice something is immediately different once you run over to this first switch and turn it off. First of all, once you flick it down, you can actually flick it back up. That's right, you can turn back on both the Miracle Machine playthroughs and Sin playthroughs. I actually don't remember if I'm saying anything important right here, but I'm pretty sure based on the length of like the stuff that I'm saying, like this, like I feel like I can cut like this and then just get rid of whatever. There is a ton of zombified stalkers here. As you can see, this mod makes Miracle Machine a lot tougher, especially if you're doing a monolith/sin playthrough. This place is insane. Ton of zombified stalkers here. As you can see, this your mod makes Miracle Machine a lot tougher, especially if you're doing a monolith/sin playthrough. This place is insane. But you're gonna notice, yeah, no, I killed people in between there. Fuck, I gotta back that up. But you're gonna notice, oh wait, the place is insane. Yeah, right here. But you're gonna notice, the warning noise isn't playing. I wonder if it just removed the file. Nope, that's because this is completely different. I hate the dude yelling. Edit in? Yeah, we're ready. More Da Vinci. Yeah, Da Vinci's really, really good. The only issue is that, as you can see, I'm not using a proxy. And so it's kind of laggy because this is like source footage with like really high bit rates. And so it's kind of like really, really bad right now. Even if you do timeline like playback and do like a quarter, it's probably still gonna be lagging. Yeah. Freedom and colleges here and mercenaries, it's very, very tough. But here is the third switch. Turn that off, and once again, it's not making any noise. It's somewhat better. Now one. Here, might as well just let me. Finally, you turn off this switch, and you're gonna notice. Wait, it's not complete. Wait, why did it disable? Yep. There you go. All right. I'm really confused right now because normally what happens is you turn this off, and the Miracle Machine isn't actually disabled. And what you have to do is you have to run all the way back down to the bottom switch, turn that off again, and then run all the way up and do it again, and then flick the switch, and it'll be turned off. That's how it was the last time I did this. And yet now the Miracle Machine is just disabled. Because the challenge was you're supposed to run all the way down there, and zombies would start spawning in, so you have to kill zombified stalkers. But okay then, never mind. Either way, let's go ahead and kill this controller and get out so that we can start making our way towards the brain scorcher. Well, no, Saju, he hasn't updated it yet, so it should. I want. Oh, yeah, no, it's right here. All right, so we turned off the Miracle. But yeah, you see how laggy this is when you don't make a proxy. I mean, it also has to do with the fact that I'm streaming right now. Like I'm using like here. Let me see how much of my GPU I'm using right now just from streaming. Like the encoder. Yeah, like I'm using like 40% of the encoder just from streaming, so it's also probably laggy because of that, you know. All right, so we turned off the Miracle Machine and we're in the tunnels, and immediately, that's weird. There's a mercenary laying here, and there's no snorks. I wonder what might be around this corner since there's no snorks. I don't know what could possibly be here. Yep, that's right. There are now bloodsuckers in the tunnels, but on the bright side, you don't have to deal with a ton of snorks. So yep. If I disable, I heard that this works sometimes for lag. If I just do none, let's see how well that works. So, yep, there was one back here, and right after we get around this corner, there should be another one. And I messed up right there. Should be two. Let's see if yeah, no, that doesn't really help. Yeah, I need to just make a proxy of this, dude. This is gonna take forever if it keeps lagging. Now, right around this corner, there should be two. Let's see if I can see them before they disappear. Oh, it's a side sucker too. There's a side sucker. But did I kill the bloodsucker? Oh, I did. Hey, let's go. So yeah, there's a total of 3 down here. Now, the whole pseudo giant thing is the exact same. So yeah, just do this or run away. It's your choice. And there we go. We are now out of the Miracle Machine, so time to actually head up to the Brain Scorcher. All right, so now we're in Army Warehouse, which has a few interesting changes. One of which being that there are permanent bloodsuckers now at Bloodsucker Village. Now, obviously, if you kill all of them, they won't be there. Fuck. They won't be there yet. All right, now. Yes, I'm aware of that mod. The issue is remember we reverted Gamma back to the way that it used to be, where doing Miracle Machine allows you to go north, right? Because there's no point in having to do both Miracle Machine and Brain Scorcher to go north, because all that does is it adds like 20 hours, 30 hours of grinding that is basically useless, you know? Like, I almost never die during that period of the game, right? So it just adds like boring grinding that no one wants to watch and no one cares about, right? And so if I use that mod, it would screw me over because it requires that you disable both the Brain Scorcher and the Miracle Machine. in order to get mods. So if I was doing like normal vanilla gamma, then yes, that would be a good mod. But it is not for what I'm currently doing. All right, now we're in Army Warehouse, which has two very interesting changes. One of which you mean, no, see, dude, this is what I mean. This is what I fucking mean. Right now we're in Army Warehouse. Obviously, once you kill. Yeah, it's a good mod. It's definitely good. I'm glad someone made it. I'm like really glad someone made that mod though. Like actually, like finally. They won't respawn immediately, but they will respawn at about 2 weeks in game, and I think eventually it becomes a shorter interval. But the more important change is here at the freedom base. If you were to kill Lucash, then eventually the monolith will actually launch an invasion on Army Warehouse. And if they kill the majority of the freedom members, they will actually own this base, and a bunch of monolith and sin will start spawning here and taking it over. It's like a cool. All right, so now we're in where you 100% want to avoid the forest at all costs because there is guaranteed to basically pseudo giants or chimeras there. Now, besides the fact that there's monoliths all the way down the road up to the Brain Scorcher, you're also going to have to deal with mutants the entire time, including the zombified stalkers like that one right there. And now I can just like skip. Radar on the current gamma version, this version. Now, if you're used to going through radar on the current gamma version, this version will be much harder due to the amount of monoliths everywhere and the amount of mutants in the forest. Yep, and even up the road right here, where there aren't only monoliths, there are some shooting at me. Now, if only the Redone collection would get rid of the piss yellow filter that this game has. It's not warfare. A faction won't. I wonder how long this video is going to end up being. I've already cut through a majority of it, you see. It's down to like 37 minutes. I don't think this is going to be a very long video, guys. Dude, there are so many more monoliths out here compared to like the Brain Scorcher I just did. I just did Brain Scorcher on my one life not that long ago, and this is insane. There's probably about 5 times the amount of monolith here. Holy crap. On the right side, hey, this is a ton of scavenging levels right here. Hold on. Okay, I'm being serious right now. There's probably about 40 guys here. I'm pretty certain. Like, holy crap. All right, well, with all of them dead, hopefully, let's go ahead and do the Brain Scorcher. All right, and here we are inside the Brain Scorcher. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is it's technically easier because there is no timer. That's right, you have a limited amount of time to go through and do the Brain Scorcher. So one thing I could suggest that Augment changes about... Now, if there was one thing I could suggest to Augment about changing the Brain Scorcher, I would definitely make it harder. Now, Redone is supposed to get a new update relatively soon, and so maybe the Brain Scorcher will be much more difficult. Because the way that it is currently, it is a lot easier. Oh yeah, and by the way, this Brain Scorcher is the way that it used to be, where there's no monolith until you disable it. I think. Or no? Yeah, recording is on. Redone. It's the Redone collection. Volume 1, Volume 2. Now I'm... Now, I'm pretty sure the way that this works is it is similar to the way that the Brain Scorcher used to be. In other words, once you turn it off, a new monolith squad should spawn in. But I actually haven't done this in a very, very long time, so I'm going to be figuring it out alongside you guys right now. All I know is that there's not a ton of monoliths in here, period. What was he doing? Just staring at the corner. I would check the install page, but yes. You just add it like any other... up here, maybe turn it off. No, it doesn't. You're not supposed to do Redone mid-playthrough anyways. Redone requires you start a fresh save. That's always been a requirement. Oh, are you guys talking about something else? Over caffeinated. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, you're talking about the gamma mod. And here we are at the Brain Scorcher. Turn that. And as I mentioned before, you can turn it back on if you'd like to. I don't know why you want to do that, but yeah, let's keep that off. Now, obviously, as I said, if you're playing as Monolith and Sin, the main quest that you'll be doing is turning back on the Brain Scorcher and the Miracle Machine, both of which is actually pretty dang difficult. For both the Brain Scorcher and Miracle Machine as Monolith, you're going to have to deal with a ton of mercenaries normally. Okay, well, we just turned it off, and I'm not hearing any new voices, so maybe it doesn't spawn anyone back in, which would make it incredibly easy. Oh, nope, there we go. There's someone. Yep, okay, there are new guys here, nice. They're just a bit further down than what I'm making it. Oh, it's the same dude as the workshop optimization? That's actually pretty cool. Because I was gonna say his workshop optimization mod is like incredibly good, so ooh, it sure does add in a lot. Relife from a life, yeah, it's basically changing a lot of stuff to make it more dynamic. Yeah, I'm trying to kill everyone so I can get out of here and get to the next part of what I was gonna explain. Ooh, it sure does add in a ammo plus underneath the stairs. Oh, hold on. I'm fine. Actually, after you disable it. Oh, he's underneath the stairs. Oh, hold on. I'm fine. Done his Okay, now I know Scorcher should be easier in Redone. I actually now think it's harder because I did not know it was gonna respawn like so many more guys at the end. This isn't a playthrough, guys. This is a video. It'd be great to stream it so that it changes stuff essentially. Everyone inside. No, let me do it again. Kill everyone inside and outside the brain portal. Wait a few days and see what happens. Oh, as you can see on the map right here, it's already starting. There's some freedom right here inside radar where they normally wouldn't be. All right, so here we are. 24 hours. Yeah, this video is not going to end up being as long as I was thinking. All right, so here we are, 24 hours later, and as you can see, there is a ton of mercenaries here. Since we're in a college, we're obviously allied with them. Now, whatever you're allied to will typically take over the miracle machine. So, for example, if you're a loner, it won't be mercenaries. As you can see right there, there's also a college. Actually, let's go down to the brain Scorcher so I can show you. Actually, right, it's in a college. So let's go ahead and head down to the brain Scorcher so I can show you the difference. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Yep, the world troll. I didn't like instant speed up. Hate that I missed out on is the A life feels dynamic. Basically, it's more after. Yeah, I'm not sure why the ecologists aren't down here yet. I wonder if it just hasn't had enough time. Oh, all right. Well, I just got lab. For some reason, there's ecologists or mercenaries down here, but I guess it's because I haven't waited enough time. Because as you can see, there's apparently some monolith attacking outside, and these ecologists were meant to go down to the lab. So as you can see, just because we cleared out the area and now there's mercenaries and ecologists here, it does not mean that the area will not be attacked from time to time. Where's the non-irradiated spot so it doesn't? Hey, right now there's freedom here, freedom there, and freedom all the way down here. And as you can see on the PDA right now, there's freedom here, freedom there, and freedom there. This road is now secure after going and doing the brain Scorcher. Now I know current day Gamma requires that you do both the miracle machine and the brain Scorcher in order to go to the northern zones. However, now I know why is already I get why everywhere. Oh, as you can see right here, there's actually a monolith down there, and there's a bunch of freedom attacking him. Might as well help him out real quick. Brain Scorcher. Oh, as you can see right here, there's actually a monolith down there, and there's a bunch of freedom attacking him. Might as well help him out real quick. And cut there, yeah. Excuse me. Now I know that modern game requires that you do both the miracle machine and the brain Scorcher to go north, but if you were to disable the northern s.t.a.l.k.e.r mod, that requires you to do the brain Scorcher. Now I gotta. But if you were to disable the northern s.t.a.l.k.e.r mod, that requires you to do the brain Scorcher to do north. There you go, and now I gotta go get a screenshot of that mod. Grab that. Save as PNG. Field. Yep, I spelled field right. Yep, 100%. I'm just gonna pretend that that definitely says field correctly. Northern fields mod that requires you to do the brain Scorcher to do north. The way that Redone is supposed to work is that until you disable the brain Scorcher, the northern zones are hell. Looking at the map. So looking at the map of Jupiter, normally you'll have monolith maybe like down here or over here, but no, the way that it works in Redone is if you just disable the miracle machine and go north, then this entire area is just filled with monolith. There's so many more monolith patrols, and that does not end until after you disable the brain Scorcher. And supposedly, I think I've been told that after you do the Eidolon quest and you kill most of the monolith. Started a long time ago. Yeah, I'm just going through and editing right now. Right here in this cave that we normally associate with Sin, it's now a monolith base, and so there will be a monolith trader here. Sin have actually had their base moved all the way up here to the deserted hospital, and they'll have a. No, not multiple parts. This is just like an overview. Then Sin will start to inhabit this cave. This is essentially an overview. I will do like a Redone playthrough again when the next like major update comes out. But this is basically just going to be me doing an overview. By the way, this is going to be way shorter than I thought it was going to be. Like extremely short. Like we're not even going to get like 18 minutes with this one, which is fine. All right, now we're in Outskirts with a few interesting changes. One of which being that at nighttime there will actually be a chimera hive, where if you go there and kill the chimera. I should probably bring up that screenshot for that. Wait, let me do that actually. Where's put that save as chimera hive and import. I mentioned it right here. Spawning be a chimera. Should be a there will actually be a chimera. Right there. A chimera. Ah, shit, I fucked up. At nighttime, there will actually be a few interesting changes. One of which being that at nighttime, there will actually be a chimera hive, where if you go there and kill the chimeras, it'll spawn in a ton of chimeras here in Outskirts. So it's actually a really good way of Outskirts. So it's actually here in Outskirts. So spawn eliminating a ton of chimeras here in Outskirts. So it's actually a really good way of eliminating most chimera spawns. Now there are a lot more zombies here in Outskirts now, and in order to disable those, you have to destroy. I'm assuming this psi antenna. I'm not 100% antenna. I'm not 100% sure. It just says that there's a psi antenna somewhere in Outskirts that if you disable it, there will no longer be as many zombified stalkers. Let me grab that too. Save as PNG, Zombify. Yep, I spelled that right too. We're just gonna pretend I'm very good at typing stuff today, okay? There's a science. It just says that there's just a science antenna somewhere in Outskirts that if you disable it, there will no longer be as many zombified stalkers. Now there are many. And then this is the one that I yeah, that's the one that I was doing so well to say, and then I fucked up somehow, dude. Feels bad. Any place that you can think. Oh, and then I did it in multiple takes. Is that I did some redone like many changes that redone makes. So many that it would take me hours to list every single one. Now, obviously, I'm about to show you how to install it. Oh, wait, let me say that for later. Any place that you can think of on the entire map has probably had something changed about it, and the spawns have changed everywhere. So if you're getting a bit bored of Gamma and you kind of know where all the spawns are and where all the enemies tend to be, this is a perfect mod to try out. For example, what happens if you kill everyone in Yale? Who will re-inhabit it? I don't know. You go tell me. But now that I've done a very light overview, let's go ahead and get into how to install the Redone collection of mods. Yep, okay, so that's technically the end of this section, because then I would be showing how to install. I would be showing how to install, as I said, the Redone collection and everything. So let me paste that in, and let me make sure that this connects right. Redone comes in. Redone is one of my favorite mods, and let's get into why. Alright, now at the end of this video, I will have an install tutorial for the Redone collection of mods alongside any optional mods that I mentioned during this, but before... Alright, let me make sure everything, because sometimes when you paste stuff... Redone recommend... Yeah, okay. Alright, let me grab the mods, because I'm going to be showing how to install it. So let me grab, let me just make a new folder called Redone Mods, just so I can put them in there real quick. So I can show the ones that you got to download. But alright, we're basically done talking about this. So if we want to talk about other stuff, we can do that now. Because I'm not gonna stream me installing Redone. That'll be specifically for the video. So I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna go back to my Gamma profile, and I'm gonna delete the Redone profile that I made and delete the mods and everything like that. Isn't it 5 mods? No, you don't have to disable that many mods now. Just delete those. And figure profiles. Redone. Move. There we go. Close. But no. You don't have to. Unless I am wrong, the only thing that I know that you can't use is if you want the military stuff to work correctly, you cannot. Okay. You cannot use useful idiots. It's a current bug. Not sure why. But yeah, no. There's not a ton you need to disable besides ZCP. The ones that they recommend you to disable is ZCP. I think Vices are free, if I remember correctly. It's like ZCP, Vices are free, and then the psi fields in the north. But obviously, I will I'll show that in the actual video itself. But yeah, what do you guys want to talk about now? I can talk about me trying to figure out if I want to use a different like motherboard for like you know how you know how like we hit the goal, right, for me to upgrade the computer and go to Micro Center, right? Nux is in the south, yeah. Yeah, when is the Iris stream. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do the stream. I think I might have to record it. Because what I went and tried to see like what the upload speed would be, and it was like terrible. It was like actually terrible. Like the download speed on my phone was like 130 megabit per second, which is great, you know, considering it's on the phone, it's on fucking like, you know, just me driving down a road or whatever, right? But the upload speed was 2. How does that make sense? 2 megabit per second. How does that make any sense? How is it 2? Does that make any logical sense to you? Why is the download so high, but the upload is like terrible? I don't know. But yeah, so this is the default deal right here. If I can click on it, where is it? Yeah, so this right here is the default deal that you can do, which is you get Asus B650E tough, 9800 XRD, and the RAM and everything like this. The only issue with this motherboard is obviously it's a B series or like a B650, and so you do have to update this. Obviously, this has like the auto update stuff, or like the one where you don't need to put a CPU in the socket. You can just like update the BIOS by putting in a USB drive, right? The issue is I need to make sure that if I'm going to get this, that I can set up everything ahead of time. Like I have 2 USBs. I need one to have Windows on it, obviously, and I need the other to have the BIOS on it, right? So I can update that. Why is the rating so low? Because the motherboard's not very good. That's the honest, the memory. That's right. So basically, I'm not going to get this exact one. I'm going to do this upgrade for $10 to get the Corsair RAM. As you can see, this swaps over to this. But I'm going to do the Corsair RAM. The reason people don't like this G-Skill is I think they're using B-Die, if I remember correctly. I remember what people were saying was it never hits this latency. Even if you up the latency, or even if you up the voltage, and that's the main issue, is the RAM's not very good. But as I said, for $10, you can upgrade to the Corsair Vengeance. So that's the main reason, is the RAM. Now, the thing that I'm looking at right now is I'm trying to decide if I actually want to maybe spend a little tiny bit more money, right, and instead get a different motherboard. You should no. I can go as long as it's Blitz. I've tightened timings myself manually for like forever. Like I can just do that. I don't need to buy like a CL30. I can literally, as long as it's a decent like kit and it's not cheaply made, like I can tighten the timings myself. Oh. There's no reason to buy like ones that run that out of the box. I can just do that myself. But the thing that I was looking at about motherboard, right, is one thing that I was trying to figure out. Let me swap to the other location, because that's the one that I was actually trying to buy stuff from. There was a MSI board that seemed like oh my god, why is it X670? Here, let me just do that. And then sort by motherboards. Is it not X670 that I was looking at the other day? Oh, dude, now I'm confused. I don't think it was a B650. Or was it a B650 I was looking at? There was one that I was looking at. Here, let me pull it up. I have it on my cart on my other page. Let me look at it real quick, which one it was. Yeah, it was an X670E, but I think the reason it's not coming up is because I don't know why Micro Center has never had good search like function. Like you saw I typed X670 and the E's didn't show up, but now that I type X670E, now all of them show up. Like you see what I mean. But yeah, so I was looking at this motherboard instead, which is not much more expensive. It's like $30 more, and the reason being is it actually does have more NVMe slots. So, and also the B650 board that's being recommended isn't typically that good. Like people don't really like it that much. I don't really care, by the way, what like it looks like physically. I don't care physically what motherboards look like, because I don't know. It's in a case, dude. I'm not gonna be fucking looking at it, am I? Right? But you see, this has 4 M.2 slots, which would be more important for me as someone who needs a lot more storage. And also, it has way better I/O, as you can see. It has like 3 10 gigabit per second ports, a bunch of USB. It doesn't even have any USB 2 on this, which is like surprising, right? But so you see, like, this has pretty good 3 freaking USB-C ports. So this to me makes more sense, right? And it's on sale, and like they've got 2 in stock. The reason that I don't want to go for like the new motherboards, right? Like the brand new ones, like the X870 and the X870E, is like, one, way too fucking expensive. First off, way too fucking expensive. Like all of these, way too fucking expensive. These new ones, even if you sort by like lower prices, like, yeah, you see, they're all pretty damn expensive. Not to mention, I figured out something that's like actually really annoying. So I was looking at some of these, trying to figure out if any of these made any sense whatsoever. You know, like if buying one of these made any logical sense. And what I found is a lot of these are kind of annoying because for some reason they're like sharing the bandwidth of the so like, for example, this motherboard right here, right? This has 4 NVMe slots, as you can see. 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, right? Issue with something like this, for whatever reason, and typically this doesn't affect real world performance that much, so it's quote unquote not that big of a deal, but it could be depending on what you're using or what you're using your computer for, right? If you use the second NVMe slot, it cuts the PCIe lanes of your GPU from 16 to 8. Now keep in mind this is PCIe Gen 5, and like that's already way too much bandwidth, so it doesn't really matter, but like in some situations it causes issues and blah 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 blah. So you see what I mean? It's like, why would I spend this much extra money and have like, you know, like, I don't know, dude. Like the only benefit of buying something like this over like the cheaper motherboards, right, is that it's already updated. You plug and play essentially, right? You don't have to update the BIOS yourself, which for some people I guess is a good thing. But also, like, these have like Wi-Fi. Some of these have Wi-Fi 7, and it's like, bro, my freaking router is not even Wi-Fi 6E. Who gives a shit, you know? The only reason I was kind of considering this motherboard right here is, look, open box. Every now and then you can get some like really good deals at Micro Center for open boxes. Like you'll see every now and then. And then B850, like, there's no reason to buy any of these B850s from what I could tell. Not a single one of these made any logical sense whatsoever. Yeah, like every now and then Micro Center has some like really good open box sales and stuff like that. I don't know if they have any on the here, I could check real quick. X670E. Oh, they have 4 open boxes. Let's see. 240, 170. They've got an MSI one, 170. Yeah. I don't mind buying ones from MSI that are open box because you can just like ask them to test it, and normally they'll do it. Like some things, as you can see, like this one incomplete, no accessories. This one is what missing the Wi-Fi antenna, but then this one, it has everything. If it just is open box, it means it has everything in it, right? The only thing that I'm concerned about is why the fuck is there 4 open box versions of this, or why is there 4 open box? Like, why did so many people return it? If it's just 1 open box or like 2, then like that's fine. But like, why so many open box on that one? Yeah, this is that exact same motherboard that's in the deal, except there's an open box one of it. Supposedly it's complete. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably go with that that other one that I was talking about, that the white one, because that seems to be the best one. It has 4 NVMe slots and it doesn't really compromise. So this is the one. So I am spending a bit more money to get this, but that's okay. I also forgot that, you know, I have to buy like thermal paste and shit like that. Does Pickups done it? I mean, all Micro Centers do pickups. They just don't do shipping. Also, I know we say local Micro Center, but this is really far from me. I know you said I know I said like recent, like it's gonna take me a long time to drive there. This is a long drive, dude. It's just, it saves a lot more money, right? So that's kind of the thing. But like, yeah, it's gonna end up costing quite a good bit, especially because, you know, tax is a thing. Good old tax. It actually used to be cheaper in my state to buy stuff online because for whatever reason we didn't have tax on online goods, which is like really weird. So like when I used to buy stuff off of Newegg, right? If the total price was $400, that's all I paid. There was no tax. Obviously that's no longer a thing, right? So it used to be actually way more profitable to just, or you know, it made way more sense to buy something online on like Newegg versus in store. But now obviously it's back to being in store is like way better. If they have a membership with benefits, they don't have a membership. No, they just have a credit card. But no, Micro Center doesn't have any kind of like membership bullshit type stuff. Yeah, either way, the total price is going to be like, so let's see, the CPU's $459, the RAM is 92. I need to buy a new NVMe SSD, which is going to be my new Windows drive. That's $40, and then $8 on the thermal paste, and then $189 on that. Membership with benefits. Yeah, they don't really have anything. They have like this priority care thing, but that's not like a membership. I don't think so. Yeah, it's like, oh, I guess they do have a membership. Never mind. I would not pay for any of this. I mean, like, dude, if you're having this many fucking issues where you have to like go to a Micro Center, I'm sorry to say this, but you're just like, you might not want to mess with computers. You might not want to mess with computers if you actually need to use any of these features or any of these things. Give me tips on Invictus Gamma Run. I mean, like, don't play the way that I play, because I play balls to the balls half the time. You're actually supposed to take things really slow. Make sure to disable your music. Have your volume loud. Disable your music completely, because you need to be able to actually hear footsteps. 90% of the time, if you're going to die to a mutant, it's just because you were stupid and weren't listening, because most of the time you can hear him. You'll hear the Chimera growl. You'll hear the Lurker howl. You'll hear the cats, like, you know. So, like, most of the time, if you die to a mutant, it's just, like, you not listening, so. Try to keep a large distance between you and NPCs so they don't come up behind you like they did that last time and shot you. The $189.99 is in total price. No, so in America, we add tax after. Tax is calculated after you add everything to a cart, right? So if something says $200, it's not $200. It's actually $200 plus whatever the state tax is, which for us is like 8%, I think. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be way more expensive than I thought it was going to be, but like I'm okay with it because so here's the thing. Originally, I wasn't going to upgrade the computer until next month, because obviously if someone donates through YouTube, you know, they do a super chat or whatever, I don't get that money until the next month on the 21st through the 25th, right? That's the way that works, right? So YouTube always pays you the month after. And so I was like, well, I'm probably not going to have the money like available to go and upgrade the computer. So obviously I'm going to wait till next month. But most of the people who donated through like PayPal or Venmo or Cash App, right? And so I can actually have the cash available. Though I am still going to end up putting it on the credit card. One, because I need to build my credit and I'm going to pay it all off anyways. But two, it's going to be, as I said, more expensive than I thought it was going to be. So originally I was like looking at that deal and I was like, oh, 700, you know, $699, you know, so basically like $700, multiply that by the 8% tax. You've got like $754, right? But then I forgot I needed to buy an SSD for the Windows drive, or I need to buy an NVMe SSD for my Windows drive, right? Because I need a new Windows drive. And then I forgot, oh yeah, I need like I need some thermal paste. And then I also forgot like, oh, maybe I should get a different motherboard because this motherboard doesn't seem that good. Spend a little bit more money on that. And so originally I was expecting to spend $750. Now it looks like the price is going to be about $850, but that's okay. So it is going to end up being more expensive than what I thought, but that's fine. I'd rather get a motherboard that's going to last me the next, like, because dude, that CPU is literally going to last me forever, dude. So as long as the motherboard has enough expansion, like, I'm good. Wow, it's weird with taxes in the US. Yeah, that's just the way that it works. You end up getting calculated after the fact. So you'll notice like right here, hold on, I don't know if I want to do that, because if I, here, let me check something. I don't know the way that Micro Center does it. Some of these websites, Like, even if you're using something you don't normally do, it'll like fill in stuff, you know? Like, here, let me like add something to a cart and let me see if it shows. And when you go to the cart. Ah, no, it does make you sign in. Okay, never mind. I can't really show it, but yeah, like you'll notice if I click like add to cart, for example, right? And I go here. You see right here, it says before taxes and fees. You see? But yeah, that's why it always says that is it doesn't like show it, the price isn't all together, right? So that's why it does that. Yeah, I just thought it made more sense to buy the other motherboard so that I have an extra NVMe slot that I can like populate at some point, because I'm 100% gonna have to at some point, dude. I'm already like running out of storage as it is. Yeah, this one does legitimately seem pretty good. Plus, I've owned MSI motherboards for a while and haven't had any issues. And this has like plenty of extra ports on it too. So like, I don't know. To me, this seems like the best deal at 189 compared to everything else. Because basically, I spent like a lot of last night just like going through and looking through everything and trying to figure out like, okay, like this one versus this one versus this one, that one versus that one. I think the only issue with this motherboard, if I remember correctly, is it's using that crappy AMD's like Wi-Fi solution that doesn't work half the time. But I don't use Wi-Fi, so I don't really care. I could be wrong. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it uses. This is Wi-Fi 6E. Okay, thank you. Whatever. Because you can either get the Intel chips or you can get the one that AMD love using, but normally those ones are kind of annoying. Because the only issue with this motherboard is you do have to do the BIOS update stuff. So basically, I'm glad that this exists nowadays. You see this thing right here. This is BIOS flashback, right? What used to happen, right, is if you bought an old motherboard that didn't support your current CPU, you were screwed. And one thing that you could actually do, funnily enough, is AMD had a service where you'd pay them like $20. They would send you a CPU that works in that socket. And then if you sent it back, they would like, that's it. But if you like kept it, obviously they would charge you the full amount for the CPU or whatever, right? But like, yeah, if you didn't have a BIOS flashback, you were basically screwed. You needed a CPU that worked in it. That way you could update the BIOS. But luckily, like most motherboards nowadays have BIOS flashback. So all you do is this slot right here is labeled BIOS. Just make sure you have the correct up-to-date BIOS, plug it in, click the button, and then you're done. And it'll do it without a CPU, which is like really nice. We don't lag when you have a lot of stuff in stash. And that is, here, let me grab it for you. Let me grab it for you. I gotta go to my other windows here. There you go. Prices are calculated with tax already. Yeah, I know most places do calculate. Most places do calculate tax that way. It would be nice if the U.S. did it that way, but obviously we don't. I would prefer to definitely know like what I'm paying. But I also think it's something to where it's like, oh, we can make it seem way cheaper, because you don't think about the tax. Like, dude, I don't think about the tax 99% of the time until it's too fucking late, dude. Like, I remember when I upgraded my computer forever ago, right? I saw the price and I was like, dude, I can do that. I can do that. And then I forgot about the tax, and I got to the tax. I'm like, okay, never mind. I can't. Let's like figure something out here. So like, yeah. Yeah, the only weird thing is this motherboard's obviously like white. But like, as I said, I don't really look in my freaking computer that often, so yeah, every state does have different tax rates, but it would still be nice if it was included in the price in the stores. Yeah, a lot of these X870 boards make like no sense to me. I don't know. I was looking at a lot of them, and it's like, bro, this makes no fucking sense how expensive this is. Like, keep in mind the tough, like Asus normally has like 4 things. They have tough, they have they have prime, they have tough, they have pro, and then they have like They're really expensive one. I don't even remember the name of it, right? So this is like the second worst, essentially, right? And yet, do you see this price? Brother. This was supposed to be one of the budget-friendly boards, you know? Like, this was originally supposed to be, like, a budget-friendly one, right? And, like, to be fair, yes, it does have, like, 2 freaking 40 gig USB-C ports. One can do display, or both can do display port out. And, like, all this. And it does have Wi-Fi 7 and shit. But, like, dude, 280? Like, bro. Yeah, Asus ROG, like, yeah, the Strix are, well, Strix is GPUs. But, yeah, they have their, like, their top one, right? That's normally the most expensive. But, like, yeah, this is crazy to me. Like, dude, when someone used to mention like a tough motherboard, it was like in your mind you'd be like, oh, so it's probably like $140, $150, right? That's what you used to think in your mind. You're like, oh, it's 140, 150, maybe a little bit more than that. Nah, dude, it's 280 now, dude. I don't know. I was like comparing the two, and I was like, there is nothing that this motherboard has that would make me want to spend. Like, as I said, the only issue with this motherboard, right, is the fact that I need to update the BIOS, and that's about it, right? There's, like, nothing between these two. I don't care about Wi-Fi 7, because I don't even have a Wi-Fi 6E freaking router, so who gives a shit, right? And then, I don't know, dude. Oh, this Asus one definitely looks a lot better. It definitely does, but, like, as I said, I don't... Dude, it's gonna be sitting on my computer. My computer's literally, like, right... Like, to the right on the floor, and it's like, I don't look at it, you know? I don't get on the floor and stare in it, right? So... Yeah, I'm like, there's nothing in this that is, like, insane to me, you know? And most power stages nowadays are, like, overbuilt compared to what it used to be, so you don't even think about that. It's like, oh, this one has better power stages. No, it does, could literally give less of a shit. Does not matter. The only reason that I can think of that I would want to spend this much money on this motherboard is if, like, I will admit the one thing that Asus is good at is definitely not customer support, but the one thing they are actually good at is typically their motherboards last a long time. Like, I know a lot of people with Asus motherboards who've had them forever, and I used to use an Asus motherboard for a very, very, very long time. I think the one I have on my computer right now is, yeah, the one I have in my computer is an Asus tough board also. You sure you need a BIOS up? This one needs one, 100%. The X670E is out of production, and it went out of production well before the 9000 series came out. You 100% need a BIOS update for the 9000 series on this one. This is old stock right here. This is old stock. Like, they don't make these... They stopped making these well before 9000 series came out. Because, yeah, I looked up what the, like, latest BIOS that they should have in the box is versus the BIOS that adds 9000 support, and this one 100% needs the BIOS update. But as I said, it's, like, simple, dude. Like, nowadays, you just plug in the freaking USB and click the BIOS flashback, and you're done. You just gotta wait. Now, obviously, the bad side of that is every now and then, like, I've heard some people have had problems specifically with MSI's BIOS flashback, because I saw someone on, like, a forum posting about, like, they tried BIOS flashbacking, and it took them, like, 7 tries before it actually worked, which seems a bit stupid, but I don't know. I used this Asus one and never had problems. Any deals on NVMe's? Well, the one that I'm going to buy is just literally the cheapest 500 gig one, because that's all I want for my Windows drive. So, like, this one right here, there you go. Crucial P3, dude. 30. Well, actually, it was this one that I was going to buy, because there's no point in buying a PCIe Gen 3 when there's a PCIe Gen 4 for $1 more. But, no, if I were to actually buy another SSD to, like, actually use for storage and other stuff, I'd buy, like, 4 terabyte one, but they're pretty expensive. They're slowly going down on price, though, because, like, yeah, you can get one for, like, $224. So it's almost the same price as it was 2 years ago, basically. It's starting to drop to where it was 2 years ago. Because 2 years ago, you can get a 4 terabyte NVMe for, like, $230. So we're finally getting back down on the prices with that. Just slowly lowering. Yeah, the lowest price one is, yeah, this Crucial P3, $224. I'm actually surprised that Micro Center's inside brand, you know, the brand that they use, kind of like freaking Walmart's Great Value, right? Inland is more expensive than the Crucial ones. That's surprising. Yeah. Besides upgrading like the CPU and motherboard and everything, if I were to do like one more upgrade, I would definitely get a new monitor. Aw, bad gateway. Sad face. But yeah, like a new monitor, like dude, after I went to my friend's house, like he bought that MSI freaking monitor. Like, dude, let me see if I can find it. What it was called? It was like the yes, I can spell. It was like the MSI 1440p 240 hertz QD OLED. Yeah, here we go. I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. Yep. This is the one that he bought, right? So 1440p 240 hertz QD OLED, you know, HDR, whatever, blah blah blah. And dude, it looks so good. The OLED is so fucking good, dude. It looks so nice. Uh, but at the same time, dude, that's way too much. I'll wait. You know, give it a few years, it'll drop even more. You know, a monitor like this used to cost over 1,000, and now it's down to like 630. So just give it a bit longer. Maybe it'll drop even more. When I can buy a QD OLED monitor for the same price that I spent on my current 1440p high refresh rate monitor, that's when I'll buy it. Because my current monitor that I have is a 1440p 140 hertz from Dell, and I got it when it was like rare to have a 1440p monitor, like super rare, and so it was pretty expensive. It was almost $500 at the time. But like if it drops like $130 or like more, like dude, sure, maybe one day. But like yeah, no, that shit's too expensive right now. I know people say that one of the biggest upgrades you can make is your monitor, which makes sense because it displays what you're fucking looking at, right? But at the same time, like, dude, that's expensive. Oh yeah, dude. When you're used to like a TN or IPS and you go to like a QD OLED, immediately you're like, fuck man. And it's just so much better. I know. Next goal OLED display. Yeah, I mean that's like a less important thing, right? I don't think people would I don't think I'd get too many donations for it, mainly because like think of it, like the CPU and motherboard upgrade that I'm making makes sense for stream because it'll mean less stutters, right? But like a monitor, you won't be able to see anything change, right? It'll basically just be a for me purchase, right? Kind of thing. Like it has no benefit to people watching. Why the fuck is this one so cheap? What in the world? X27U 1440 240 hertz OLED. They all use the same OLED panel from LG. So like all of these probably look good because they are literally the exact same panel. But like why is this how come Acer has the real cheap one? Is this like super new or some shit? Cuz like it has no reviews. I mean, it's on sale everywhere it looks like on Best Buy too. Huh. Monitor advertisement is so hilarious, dude. The like advertisements they show are just absolutely hilarious. But at the same time, like, dude, what are they supposed to show? Like, how can you get across like on like an advertisement page, like what differences it makes, right? Like, how are you supposed to show someone with a still image FreeSync Premium or the freaking 240 hertz refresh rate? Like, I understand it, but it's still hilarious at the same time. Hans, input lag increases at low refresh rates. That's not that big of a deal. Vertical lines in dark. Ooh, in dark gray screens like menus. Why I can't take full advantage of current gen. Oh, I don't care about that. But why is there vertical lines in dark gray screens? Wait, is that a similar? Because they're supposed to be using similar screens as the MSI one. Oh, hold on, let me pull back up that MSI. Let me see real quick what people's reviews for this one was. That seems if they did a review for this one, because that seems interesting. Noticeable VRR. Oh. Hello? Need full calibration for best accuracy. Alright, Night Chaotic. Doing graphic design in Skull, Oh, this one's a this isn't the right one if it says 360 hertz. Yeah, that's not the right one. Yeah, I mean, this Acer Predator one, assuming I'd have to see what this vertical line, like how terrible the vertical line issue that they're saying is. But if it's not actually that noticeable, this might be a good one to like remember. Yeah, that's the one thing I've heard is bad about OLEDs actually is the text clarity because of the text isn't sharp, It's not as sharp as it should be. I've heard that's like a pretty common problem for OLEDs. I love that we spent an extra dude, we finished recording at what, an hour and 10 minutes or something, and now we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Next goal is pipes. Or dude, I think we would 100% hit a new monitor way before pipes. I talked about this before, but like getting new pipes put in this house would literally be like probably minimum $4,000, probably more than that, because like all it is for those who aren't here normally or who are here for whatever reason and yet you're not here normally. I don't know why you're here if you're not here normally, because this is a weird ass time and we're not even playing fucking Gamma. But anyways, I do dishes in a tub because our sink is broken, the pipe is burst, and the pipe is under the concrete foundation of the house. And so in order for them to put a new pipe in, they would have to dig up the kitchen floor, and they would have to go in, dig up the concrete foundation, and then they could replace the pipe, and then they'd have to pour in new concrete to do with the concrete foundation, and then we'd have to get a new kitchen flooring. You get what I mean? So it would the cost of them just doing it alone, probably be like 4,000 or 5,000, right? And so, but then you got to consider, okay, well now we need a new fucking kitchen floor too, right? And all this other shit. So it would definitely be probably like 6K, 7K maybe, somewhere around that. So yeah, there's no way. Georgia moment, exactly, dude. Fucking hell. Ever had an ant's nest in your PC? No. Dude, wait. Yeah, wait. I was reading something about that. Hold on. There's like these talking about certain ants that go inside of electronics and shit. They specifically aim for electronics. Raspberry ants or whatever, yeah. Yeah, here, let me write this monitor down real quick so I can look it up later and see if it drops in price. Put it on a sticky note real quick. Because if it drops price at some point, then I would consider putting a donation goal towards it. Alrighty, I should probably go now so that I can record the installation portion of the guide and everything like that. That would probably be a good idea. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me fail to speak English multiple times in a row. And now I will see you guys later. Peace.